Hey, what's going on, guys? It's your Uncle Oski here. How you doing? Let's go for a walk. So lately I just kind of been chilling out at home. I've been pretty busy either making these videos or studying for certifications for my job hunt, and career in general. You just want to learn more, blah blah blah, right? And you know, uh, it's pretty crazy because I've been kind of looking around, just like what am I gonna do this coming weekend, right? Um, and what I noticed, right, is everything I wanted to do just cost so much money. And look, I know the financial situation is fucked right now for pretty much everyone, right? But someone making the amount that I'm making, like in theory, like 20 years ago, if you told someone like, yeah, I'm making like 65, 70K, you would have thought like they're good. You know what I'm saying? But like with the way inflation's gone and obviously, everything going on in the world, things have just gotten super expensive. So I kind of made a list here of a couple things that I noticed have gone on in price, right? Things that used to be pretty affordable, things that families used to do, right? So check this out, right? Ever since I was a kid, one of my favorite things has always been movies, right? And, man, I used to go to the movies all the time with either my mom or, with the whole family, right? And, growing up, like, we didn't have a lot of money. We did not have a lot of money. Times were tough, very tough, always. But, it didn't used to be such a sacrifice to go out to watch a movie, you know, whether it was just my mom and me and my sister, or the four of us with my dad. Like the it didn't used to be like a wallet killer, right? And obviously, this is one of those things that's gone up in price, and I've noticed because I'm someone who frequents the movies. I love movies. I love either big ridiculous blockbusters. You know, I love horror films. I love, small art house films. Like, I'll go see it all, dude. You know what I'm saying? But Jesus, like, the last time I went, I had a free ticket, so I went to watch Weapons, right? But this time, I just wanted to like see what was even out there, see how much it was. Dude, if I were to use Showcase, right? Showcase tickets are 20.75 for general right now, right? And then I checked Fandango, that was 16.25. I don't know if maybe Star Pass had a different price. Maybe it thought I was trying to book IMAX or some shit, but I don't know. Either way, right? It seems like at the minimum, you're gonna be paying 16, and if you want to go to IMAX, which I love going to IMAX, but you know, certain movies in IMAX, unbelievable, bro. Dune, Oppenheimer, it goes crazy, man. But 16 to $21 is such a ridiculous price. Like put yourself in like a date, right? Like you're going to a date night. It's like what? It could be like, with just the tickets you're spending almost $40, and then obviously you're going to get some popcorn, all that stuff. You're going to have to take out a loan to get that shit, right? And then movie theaters and these big companies wonder why their movies keep on flopping. Obviously, part of it is that, a lot of newer movies, not all of them, a lot of newer movies are pretty shit. I mean, they're pretty generic, right? But, there used to be a time where, like, people would just go to the movies to just go. You didn't even have to be, like, specifically interested in the movie itself. Like, it was a place to go, hang out, and make memories and experience stuff, right? And like that's just so unaffordable now. Like, dude, if you're going with your family, just on tickets alone here in Massachusetts, I mean, you're probably spending up to like, God, 55 to $60 just for tickets. Then obviously you want to get stuff for your kids because you're not allowed to bring shit in. This is why the winter time rules, because I usually just sneak stuff into my big ass jacket. But I mean, going to the movies nowadays, like, one, the movies aren't worth it, and two, like, it just costs so much money, man. And it's such a shame too because I wouldn't have cultivated my love of movies as much if I didn't go as often as I did as a kid. I mean, seeing The Dark Knight in theaters, life changing. Batman Begins, life changing. Just so many, so many movies that I hold dear to me to this day. Like I saw them in the theaters, when I was young, and like my parents were able to give me that opportunity, and it just kind of sucks for a lot of kids now that they probably won't get that chance. Or if they do, I mean, it's going to cost them on something else because their parents are going to have to make huge sacrifices to just go to the movies. It's a huge shame. And growing up, another thing that I experienced a lot was so Dave and Buster's used to be known as Jillian's, right? And growing up, my dad worked at a Jillian's, and I used to go for free, with him to work because he worked there, yada yada. But even besides that, like, it wasn't too expensive to go. But like, dude, all these like indoor play places, whether it's like bowling or go-kart racing, laser tag, like all these things, it's such a shame to see the pricing for these things. Like last time I went go-kart racing, I almost cried because of how much money it cost. I was like, God, dude, like, and the amount of kids I saw there were so many kids, and like, I know it's hard to put a price tag on the happiness of your kid, but God damn, dude, like there has to be some sort of like give and take here, right? Like, you got to give me a break here. Like, you have to pay you have to pay so much for these places, and like while they are super fun, like it really is crazy that a bowling place, there's this bowling place near me, and like, dude, this place looks like it hasn't been updated since like 2005. You know what I'm saying? Like, it looks so outdated, but I can tell you for a fact that there's no way the prices in there right now are the same as 2005. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's such a shame that all these indoor places, like, that kids can go enjoy and even adults can go enjoy, like, it's too much. It's too much. We don't have the money for these places, right? Like, dude, bro, even for adults, you want to get a drink at any of these places? You want to go to Dave and Buster's, eat and drink? Yeah. Okay, dude. You think you can afford that? You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, bar hopping? Oh my God, dude. You want to bar hop? I don't know how people go to bars anymore, right? Like, I get it. It's fun. You go to drink, you go to hang out with people, you meet new people. But like, dude, the price of drinks now, and combine that with the fact that, like, if you're not in a city, you're not walking home. You know what I mean? And you shouldn't be driving home either. Don't do that. I get you're trying to save some money, but do not drive your drunk ass home. Don't do that. You know what I'm saying? So, like, you're paying all this money for these drinks, and then you got to pay a bunch of money to take an Uber home. Oh, dude, like, you're better off, staying inside, getting a drink, maybe having a friend over, let them stay over at your house. Because if you're going out, if you're going bar hopping or going out to the bars, good luck to you. You're going to be paying mad money, man. Mad money. And, I think it just sucks because, like, the alternatives to all these things are just staying home. And, like, staying home is fun. Like, I enjoy my time alone and I enjoy staying home. But, like, the moment I want to go out and do something, I just go, nope, way too much. I'm not doing this. And, like, I think the thing that's the biggest shame in all of this is sports games. Dude, I am a huge sports guy. And, like, ever since I've moved up here to Massachusetts, the only sports games I've gone to are soccer games. Because unless you're going to see an Inter Miami game, because, Messi, right? It's like the last real affordable games to go watch, especially if you're going to see, like, a non-MLS game. So, if you go to one of the quote unquote lower leagues, like you'll be able to have a great experience for not too much. But like, dude, God forbid you're a football fan. If you're a football fan, dude, paying for tickets to go see an NFL game, Christ, dude. And for me, right, like I would have to go all the way to Boston, either find parking or take a train. If I wanted to see the Celtics, I would never want to. I hate the Celtics. But if I wanted to go see the Celtics or see the Bruins at TD Garden, dude, no way. Like nosebleed seats, we're talking like almost $80. Almost $80, man. Like that's way too much money. You know, baseball, I get it. It's Fenway, but goddamn, those weekend prices are crazy. And I think what's a shame, like what really fucks me up in all this is that like they've made it so like what really, really, really got me into hockey as a kid was going to see the Islanders, right? And the Islanders, you know, they used to play at the Nassau Coliseum. And like, dude, me and my dad used to pay like $20 for tickets. $20, 20 bones for tickets. And then, you know, we would bring in our own food. And, you know, because the Islanders are so bad back then, you know, they weren't selling out the arena that much. So like we would actually be able to move sections. You know what I'm saying? Like at worst, I mean, we're like at worst when like the Islanders were absolute garbage, like we were paying like $15 for tickets. You know what I mean? And then moving down to the lower sections, and that passion that was bred into me from seeing those games, that and like the memories I have with my dad. Like my dad's not a hockey guy, but like he got into hockey just off watching those games. Like he has a love and a respect for it, and like the bonding memories. Like, I still get goosebumps thinking back to me, like, just hanging out with my dad. You know, like, my dad worked so much when I was a kid, like, multiple jobs. And, like, these were some of the few precious memories I have with him growing up. You know what I'm saying? Like, and if I was growing up now, there's no way we'd be able to have those memories. Like, I think UBS, they're like $60, $70. Like, that's just not possible anymore. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, people will say like, oh, well, if you account for inflation. Yeah, but dude, the thing is wages haven't gone up with inflation. So like while you're like, oh, well, you know, 60 now is comparable to 20 maybe in like 2006, 2007. But wages are not keeping up with inflation, brother. You know, and it's such a shame because a lot of kids who love sports, like seeing it in person is very important to them. You know, it can drive kids to, you know, do better in their sport and just have these memories. And like, you know, sports culture is huge here in America. It's huge all over the world, but like in America, like it's obsessive. You know what I'm saying? Like, and for these kids to now be missing out on that because it feels like families have been priced out. And like, I feel so bad now when I go to a game and I see like a family of like 5 or 6 and they're in a section near me. I start to wonder like, dog, are you going into credit card debt for this? Like, I get you can't put a price on your kid's happiness, but like, goddamn, you got a budget for it. And it's just such a shame. And I kind of see that with Disney parks as well. Like, don't even get me started on that. Like, me and my family used to go down to Disney and Universal all the time, and like I see videos recommended to me now all the time of like just people talking about going into debt, like real serious debt, just to be able to take their kids down to Disney. Are you kidding me? What a shame, dude. It's such a shame. Like it does feel like we're being priced out of just fun and enjoyment. Like anything you need to leave the house for to go have some fun, brother, they are making sure that you are paying a premium for it. And most of the time, you're not getting a premium product back. So like the trade-off isn't even worth it anymore, man. It's not even worth it. And I don't know, it just kind of feels like what's the point almost? Like I don't understand, because if people aren't going to the movie theaters, then the movie theater chains aren't making money. And these big studios making these movies, they're not making money. If the drinks are too expensive at a bar and people aren't going to the bars, how are you staying afloat? You know what I mean? Like with sports, I understand. With sports, people will always pay a price to go watch sports. Like the only reason it can be that expensive is obviously people are willing to pay for it, right? But like, I don't know what the end game is here. Like, all these places are going to end up losing money and like either folding, closing, and then we'll have even less stuff to do, and it's just going to become a vicious circle. And I mean, I'm not an economics guy, so I don't really know how we'll combat this really, because I don't see wages keeping up with inflation. Gas costs way too much to do pretty much anything right now in most places here. Granted, that's our own fault, but you know what I mean? Like, I don't know what the end game is here, but something's got to give, man, because we're paying way too much money to even enjoy our lives. You know, like it's just fucked, man. It's fucked. Like, God forbid you leave the house because you're gonna end up dropping, I don't know what, like $50 every time you just want to leave the house to have a little bit of fun. It's messed up, man. I don't know what we're gonna do about it, but it's a crying shame. But that's it for today. Hope you guys liked the video. Until our next walk, I'll see you next time.